Vanilla. Really? You're going with that line? G'day from the West, Lucas here, and welcome back to Footy West. And today, I thought we'd have a little discussion about the Indigenous All-Stars, but more so the Fremantle Dockers. Or should I say, the Vanilla Dockers. We'll jump straight into things today. Before we start, remember, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss any Footy West content. But nevertheless, let's jump straight in. And that was a great match. I thought it was a very, very fun occasion. I think it should be an annual thing, if not annual, at the very least every couple of years. And I think it's a good thing for the sport. I really do. I think it's good to get our Indigenous stars together and playing. And as we saw in the game on the weekend, they put together a massive, brilliant, epic show for everybody to watch. Whether you're at the ground or at home, I think it was a brilliant occasion and exciting, and footy was back. But more so, let's talk about those words from Justin Longmuir.
And then we played a pretty vanilla brand. It's interesting because all the other teams get the vision and be able to watch it from behind the goal. So we tried to keep it pretty vanilla, and we'll work on bits and pieces next week when we've got match sim and the vision's not released.
Now, there has been a lot of discussion and debate about the Dockers following that game and going into the season. Now, I think, and I've mentioned this before, that the Dockers have a very, very, very good list. They are stacked in pretty much everywhere you want to be on a footy list and on a footy field. They've got they've got brilliant defenders, they've got brilliant midfielders, and they've got a really solid forward line as well that will press into the season. And so I was expecting, albeit they had a few outs, they had Fife out, Walters was playing for the other side, Hayden Young wasn't playing, Sean Darcy wasn't there. So they had a few outs, the Dockers. But I was expecting to see this excitement that had been building and this list on paper living up to their expectations, and they didn't quite do that. Now, Justin Longmuir said they played like this deliberately. They played this vanilla brand deliberately, but I'm not sure if that was the way to go. I can understand why he would do that, and I can understand him saying they don't want to be found out and they don't want to be exposed about how they're going to play in the season, because you want to jump teams by surprise and take them by surprise, especially at the start of the season. But at the same time, if you've been working on this excellent brand that you want to hide from everyone until the season starts, that everyone is going to see anyway, why would you hide it? Just you don't have to do it all game, but show us the glimpses of what you're going to be able to do. Because right now, everyone's quite unsure about Freo. They're not sure what to expect. And Freo have, for a long time, been a very, let's say, irrelevant. I don't know if that's the right word. Maybe uninspired is a better way. And sometimes they've played some uninspired footy. Equally, they've had periods where they've been up and about. I think the early 2000s there, 2013, 14, 15, where they were really playing inspiring footy under Ross Lyon. But for the most part of their time, they have played uninspired, and they're trying to turn that narrative around. And so they should, and they have the list to do it, absolutely. But these latest comments and this latest stuff that's going on is not helping that cause. Like I said, I can see why they don't want it to be exposed, but at the same time, you're going to be playing this brand in 3 weeks or so, 2 weeks even. Come round one, and after about 4 weeks, everyone's going to start seeing this plan. So does it really matter when you're doing this? And I think of West Coast in their practice match against Richmond, and I think they put their new brand on show, and it destroyed the Tigers. They were able to bring what they've been working on through the off season, through the pre-season, under the new coach, and take it together for the first time and put it together and play a real match situation, not just against each other for the first time, and put the learnings into motion. And I think the Dockers missed out on that opportunity to put their learnings into motion in a match that, yes, it was fun and it meant more than most other preseason matches. But at the end of the day, you're not getting 4 points if you win. And I think they missed an opportunity to put those learnings together for a bit of a nothing match, if you get what I mean. And so not taking that opportunity, what happens if it doesn't click come round 1 and you're playing catch up all season? And you come round 5 and it's starting to come together, but you're already 1-4. That's the concern that I had for the Dockers. So I won't speak too much more into it because I don't want to be standing here blabbering all day about this, these little comments. But I think they were quite profound throughout the AFL world. And in summary, really, I think the Dockers should have taken this opportunity to played their style and put their style into practice. But I do understand why they didn't. But I don't necessarily agree it was the right thing to do. And it's so important in these pre-season games as well, when you've had this off-season and the pre-season, and you've learned new things, and it's really important to try and get them as good as they can be come round 1. So like I mentioned earlier, you're not playing catch-up throughout the season, because that's the last thing you want to do is be 1-5 and constantly chasing your tail. Because realistically, unless you hit your straps, you could hit your straps, but it's not a good position to be in come say the middle of the year when you're constantly trying to catch your tail. But the Dockers, they've clearly got this idea in their head and they've got a strategy moving forward. So if they don't want to play their brand and want to keep it hidden until the season starts, then so be it. But I just think they could have taken this opportunity to really put those plans in motion, because Justin Longmuir said they've been working on quite a few things, and I think it would have been a good opportunity for them to really practice those things in a match scenario. So will the Dockers be vanilla this year? I don't really know. I don't think that's how they're going to play. I think they did put on a vanilla brand, but equally, I did see, even if they were playing a vanilla brand, I did still see some areas that were a bit concerning for a team that should be contending for top 4. So I'm interested to see how they go. I don't think they'll play how they played against the All-Stars, but I do think there are some things that still need to be worked on, and they need to take the time to do that. They have a very, very exciting list. They added Shea Bolton, and then it looks like they'll probably have Cozzy Pickett next year. So if they are not in the grand final this year, and they add Cozzy Pickett at the end of this year, then they must make a grand final in 2026, the Dockers. But if you're a Dockers fan, I think you should be excited about this season. There's so much optimism and positives going into the season. I think they should definitely be up there. If they miss finals, I think it's Justin Longmuir out. This is his 5th season, I think, and he's made finals once. And with a list like this now, you just cannot be missing finals. But like I said, there's lots of positives for the Dockers, and I do think they'll be up there. It's a really exciting time for the club to really make a genuine push for that elusive first flag. But that will round out today's video on Footy West. Again, if you enjoyed the content, make sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. But that's all for today. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you again back soon on Footy West.